All right, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and delete the cat sprite by clicking on this little trash can and clicking yes. We're going to go ahead and select whatever background you want. I'm going to pick this galaxy. You're going to add in a random fruit sprite. I'm going to pick the apple. You're going to add in this bowl right here. You're going to put the bowl down at the bottom, and the apple can kind of just go wherever, all right? So we're going to go ahead and make it so that the bowl follows our mouse left and right as we move it. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and add in a when green flag clicked. We're going to put in a forever loop, which basically what a forever loop does is any code that goes inside of it will run over and over and over and over again forever, as long as the game is running. So in there, we're going to have a set x2. It's going to have a kind of a random number in there that's going to be where your bowl currently is. But we're going to ignore that and put in mouse x. So if I put this in full screen mode, you can see it follows my mouse left and right. For step 2, we're going to make it so that the apple copies itself and makes all kinds of different apples so that they're able to fall from the sky. So again, inside of the bowl sprite, we're going to add a when green flag clicked and a forever loop. But this time, instead of the set x2, we're going to have it wait 1 second. And down here, you see create clone of. Put that in there and change it to be apple instead of myself. If I ran the code right now, it wouldn't look like anything's happening because what it's going to do is create a million apples all on top of each other, one every second. So we're going to go into the apple code. So click on the apple down here, and we're going to make it so that the apples all spawn in different spots, okay? So when green flag clicked, and we're going to actually hide this original apple because it's going to stay in the same place no matter what. But we were, again, over here, we're making clones of the apple. So we're able to use the when I start as clone block and say, when I start as clone, appear. And when we do that, we also want to have it spawn at a random spot across here, right? So we're going to do go to, and it's going to have the coordinates that you're currently at. We're going to say x doesn't matter right now. Y, we're going to set it to 180. Okay? We're going to say pick random. So instead of this x, we're going to do a pick random 1 to 10 right here in the operators category. And we're going to change those numbers to be minus 200 to 200 because all the way on the left of this scratch screen is minus 200 and all the way on the right is 200. So if I run the code now, you can see every second another apple spawns up at the top, but they're not falling, are they? In order to do that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the third step, where we make it so that the apples actually fall instead of just spawning up there and staying there, all right? So we're going to do a repeat until right here. And again, we're going to use an operator. We're going to use a less than. So it's going to be the second one right here. You have the greater than, less than, and then equals. Less than is going to be the one with the little pointy side on the left. So less than 50 is what it says right now. But we want it to be less than minus 180. And what do we want to be less than minus 180? Go to motion. Y position less than 180. So we're going to repeat something until then, and that something is change Y by minus 5, right? And when it gets to that minus 80, we're going to say delete this clone, all right? So now if we run the code like this, the apple falls, just like we said, and it falls up until it hits Y minus 180, where it disappears. You can see it disappears before it's completely off the screen, right? As the apples fall, I'm not catching them, right? They're just kind of falling and there's no score system. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go ahead and in the apple sprite, we're going to go to variables and we're going to click make a variable and we're going to call it score. That's SCORE. Click, make sure it says for all sprites and you're going to click OK. You're going to see up in this left corner, it says score. So at the very start of a new game, you want to set the score to 0 because you don't want to keep the score from last game. So set, it says my variable, we're going to change that to score, set score to 0. Then we have to make it so that it actually gets picked up by this bowl, right? So in the apple still, we're going to say if then, right here, put it right after the change Y, if touching bowl, it should say it's up at the top of sensing. It says touching mouse pointer. You're going to change mouse pointer over to bowl. If touching bowl, we're going to hide it. So we're going to say, if you touch the bowl, disappear. We don't want to see you anymore because we've caught you. You're in the bowl, right? So we're going to say change my score to 0, or change my score by 1, right? So the score goes up by 1 if you touch the bowl, and then go ahead and after you do that, just delete the sprite, right? Because it's gone in the bowl, we don't need to see it anymore. So if we run the game now, you can see, we catch the apple, and my score goes up by 1 every apple I catch. And it's great. And if I don't catch an apple, it goes off the screen and I don't gain any points. So we have that. But we want to actually add some challenge to the game, right? So we're going to add lives, a live system. So we're going to create another variable and we're going to call it lives, L-I-V-E-S. And at the start of the game, we're going to set lives to 3. We're going to have 3 lives. So in order to actually lose our lives, we need to have something to lose the life to. So pick a sprite that's something you don't want to catch. I am going to go ahead and say, I don't want to catch, where's the pufferfish? I don't want to catch any pufferfish because those are poisonous. You can see it's a little big, so I'm actually going to set the size to 50, but you don't have to do that. That's just a me thing. All right, so in the pufferfish code, we're actually going to copy this apple code over. So take this, and you're going to click on the top thing, drag it over onto the pufferfish, and when the pufferfish wiggles a little bit, you can let go, and that code is in the pufferfish. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Wiggles a little, drop it, and you're good. And we have these both here now. We actually don't need this part in the pufferfish, so you're just going to get rid of that. And we're going to say, we're good. But the pufferfish, right now, if you catch a pufferfish, you gain a score. But we don't want that. We want you to lose a life and gain no score, right? So if touching bowl, then hide, change score by 1. We're going to change that to change lives by -1. So if the pufferfish touches the bowl, you lose 1 life and it deletes the clone. So there's one last thing we need to do, and that is copy this. So we're going to right click up at the top and click duplicate. We're going to say forever. We're actually going to have him spawn randomly. So forever pick random 1 to 5. So randomly between every 1 and 5 seconds, it's going to create a clone of pufferfish. So change where it says create clone of apple to create clone of pufferfish, or whatever you're using. I'm using a pufferfish. So now if I run the code, let's see what happens. We have apples, we have pufferfish. I'm going to try to catch this apple, I caught the pufferfish. You can see when I catch the pufferfish, I lose a life. When I catch the apple, I gain a score. And right now, you can see my lives are at -1. That doesn't make much sense. So we have to make it so that the game ends when you hit 0 lives. So back in the pufferfish code, we're going to go here, and we're going to add another if-then, and we're going to put it right here. And put this delete this clone inside. We don't want that. If lives is less than, or if lives is equal to 0, we're going to end the game, all right? So if equals, this equals piece from operator, if lives equals 0, we're going to get in events, or control, sorry, stop all. So now if we try it again, you can see we can catch the apples, we can catch the pufferfish and lose a life, and if I catch 3 pufferfish, 1 life, and if I catch this last pufferfish, the game ends, and we lost.